Hello, this is Chris, and I am back with a brand new reaction video. Today, this is a big one. This is the Justice League official trailer 2. The past couple of days, I guess the last week, they've been releasing sort of very little, like 20-second clips of each of the core main characters, and ever since I saw those go up, I didn't do a reaction to those or anything because, as I said, they're only about 20 seconds, and I really didn't think there'd be all that much to talk about, but I knew that a trailer was on the way at some point. I've been in London the entire weekend. On my way back, I saw this trailer had gone online. This will be my first time watching it right now, so I'm kind of excited, I guess, and I will say that I'm already predicting if I don't like this trailer, the DC fanboys and fangirls are going to come thick and fast. My DC videos that I've done in the past, whether it's a review of like Dawn of Justice or any trailer reaction, haven't been met with very much praise in the past. I guess people love to defend their comic book movies, and hey, that's fair enough. But before going into this one, if I give my thoughts on the previous DC movies in what I guess we can call the DC Cinematic Universe right now, Man of Steel was a film that I was incredibly hyped for when I saw trailers for it. It looked like it was taking the Superman character in a new direction, following The Dark Knight as well. I know it wasn't tying in with that, but even still to this day you can see they took many elements from that, definitely aesthetically as well. And I hated that movie. The trailers made it look like a film. It really wasn't. It felt incoherent. It felt very jumbled. And it lacked character to me. It lacked personality. And that's why I still very much prefer, although they're very dated now, the Christopher Reeve Superman films, definitely Superman 1 and Superman 2. I think they nail the character and the archetype of that character. Because Superman is an archetype. And I think he is a character that is very difficult to write well for. Which brings us to Dawn of Justice, which again was a movie I hated. I would say I disliked that even more than Man of Steel. Certainly the theatrical cut was a complete mess of a movie. What the hell was going on with Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor Jr.? The fact that Batman is just killing people left, right and centre. And Batman is my favourite character in fiction. And I know he's killed in the past, he's killed in the comic books before, he's killed in Tim Burton's Batman. But those moments were very fleeting to the point where you never really focused on them all that much. Whereas the Batman in this was just a cold-blooded murderer. He was essentially like the Punisher, and that to me, you lose a lot of the interesting quality of the Batman character when you go about things like that. And especially with the concept of the film being Batman v Superman, there really didn't seem to be a reason for them vying against each other. I thought the whole thing was going to be Batman was angry at Superman for killing people during the Battle of Metropolis, which is kind of how the movie sets itself up to be at the beginning, which is an opening I very much like. And then it's just like we drop all of that character stuff, and it just felt very muddled and meandering with lack of focus. The Ultimate Cut is definitely a better version of that movie, but even the added 30 minutes can't save that movie at all. Suicide Squad was probably the most watchable, kind of, out of the three, I guess. But even so, that was just a film butchered in the editing suite. I would have loved to have seen the original version of that film. Now, I can already hear your keyboards typing away, angry DC fanboys of just hating against me before I even get to this trailer. Wonder Woman, I'm actually very much looking forward to. You can find my trailer reactions for Wonder Woman in the description below. I've loved everything I've seen from those trailers. I know sometimes trailers can be very deceptive, but it's very interesting. Like on my last reaction I did for that last Wonder Woman trailer that came out, I said that I liked it, I'm looking forward to it. But there was still angry DC fanboys saying that, you know, I'm bitching about the DC universe. I'm like, I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman. And this is a series of films, the DC films in general, that I would like to see, you know, bounce back and, you know, find their footing. Yeah, sure, we've had 3 not so great movies to begin with, but I think you can save this franchise. And I'd like to see them do that because I think the casting's great who they've got for everyone. That's my very rambly intro to get us to the Justice League official trailer 2, but we're going to watch the trailer together now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards. I don't know what to expect from this thing, so we're just going to play it by ear and we're going to see what this thing looks like. So I'm going to click play now. And I'm just looking forward to seeing more Batman in this because I think Ben Affleck's probably one of the best Batman we've had. Dark greyness. I guess it's consistent.
Yeah. We have to be ready.
This is like Batman Begins.
The others. There's an attack coming from far away.
Not coming, Bruce.
It's here.
It's already here.
Yeah, okay. Inspired dialogue.
The others. Where are they?
Arthur Curry.
Khal Drogo himself.
It's on him.
I like that they've actually called him Aquaman in this, though.
Electronic body parts. He's a cyborg.
You should probably move.
Ooh, that CGI looks a little ropey.
Barry Allen. Whoever you're looking
Okay, the
for,
Flash looks cool.
It's not me. You're the Batman?
God,
They said the Age of Heroes would never
that was
come
cool.
again.
It has to.
Really don't like the... Okay, the parademons are in this, so I guess that's tying in with... I think Steppenwolf's the bad guy in this, not Darkseid.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yes! I don't like the music choice. I know why they've done it, but... Okay. The action's definitely ramped up a lot in this.
Shall we?
It's good to see you playing well with others again.
It's J.K. Simmons!
Just like a bat. I dig it. Maybe temporary.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I don't even know where to start with this thing. I have very mixed emotions on this thing. So, you know what? I'm going to get the positives out of the way first. I'll get onto the negatives afterwards. I feel like I've already been very negative on these films in general. Ben Affleck as Batman looks great as always. You can definitely see that they've reworked the script now based on criticisms on Man of Steel and especially Dawn of Justice when people complained it was too dark. It was humorless. It was very bleak. And even when the first trailer came out for Justice League, that sort of teaser trailer that came out, you could definitely see that they were trying to ramp up the jokes and try to bring a bit of humour to it. I don't know if at this point it feels a bit like tacked on, like it doesn't feel natural, but I'm hoping it does allow for a more relaxed viewing experience, and they have some fun with these characters, you know, like I know that you can take these characters and do very serious stories with them, and the comic books have done that, some of the films have done that, so I don't think the fault of Dawn of Justice was its tone. I do agree that the tone of Superman shouldn't be like Batman. He shouldn't be a dark, brooding character. Superman's a very different kind of character. Have Batman have those qualities, that makes sense, but having all the characters like that, I think that's going to get really old, and I think that's what muddies the tone slightly. But it looks like, you know, they're trying to step it in the right direction and have a bit more fun with it now. We're fighting the parademons in it. My one hope, though, is that it's not just going to be a film like, even kind of like the first Avengers movie, and hell, even the second one, Age of Ultron to some extent. I hope they're not just fighting wave after wave of faceless CGI bad guys, because I think that's going to get old very quickly, despite the really cool action and the shots where they're all working together. Seeing Aquaman ride on top of the Batmobile, that is something I never thought I'd see in my life. I would quite like to see Aquaman like ride a tidal wave or something, although I did complain about collateral damage in Man of Steel with how many people he killed with, you know, smashing Zod into buildings, but I guess a tidal wave would probably be a lot worse, so maybe he shouldn't do that. I really hope I see Aquaman bring in a shark in this one. Like, that's one of I think that's his finisher. If anyone's played Injustice Gods Among Us on the PS3 or PS4, you know what I'm talking about. Aquaman's finisher is that he brings in like a swarm of sharks to just eat someone. I really want to see that happen, but I might have to wait till the Aquaman movie for that. And speaking of the Aquaman movie, I know that we see one of the characters there. I think she's called Mera or something like that. I'm probably completely wrong, but they released pictures of what she looks like in the costume. I thought that was for on set of Aquaman, but it was clearly on set for this. A little bit of a shot at J.K. Simmons at the end as well. That's cool. He seems like a very different Jim Gordon, and I don't think we'll see much of him at all. I think it's just to ground it in the setting of Gotham City, flesh out the lore and the world a little bit more, and maybe we'll get him in that future solo Batman movie, which seems to kind of be up in the air very much at the minute with Ben Affleck dropping out of directing, and now the actor who was confirmed to play Deathstroke might possibly not be playing it now due to scheduling conflicts with other movies and other projects. So it's a very uncertain future even still. The Flash movie, for example, that's having to have a page 1 rewrite, and that was meant to be coming out next year. So I think DC are definitely still trying to lock down a plan of where they want to take this. And even this film in general, Justice League, it was originally going to be a two-parter. You were going to have Justice League Part 1, which I think was going to be Steppenwolf, and then Justice League Part 2, which may have brought in Brainiac or Darkseid himself. But I think they want to delay that now. And I've even heard rumours as well, and I don't want to comment on rumours and things like that, but what I have heard is that because of the poor critical consensus of Dawn of Justice, and even the mixed responses to Man of Steel as well, I think that Warner Brothers are trying to unceremoniously push out Zack Snyder from directing these movies again. He was already locked down, he was already filming this, so they couldn't take him out that way. But I think that taking it from a two-parter to just one film on its own, that gives them enough leeway to then say, right, we don't want you to direct the next one. I might be way off base on that one, but I think there's a lot of reasoning to that. And I'd like to see some other directors come in and take on these things. For example, Wonder Woman, it looks like it has a very different tone. It looks like it has a different personality, and I think that's what these movies need. And that's what the Marvel films do really well, is that they have different directors working on all their different films. And each one, although it has usually the same cookie-cutter formula, they all do feel different. The characters all feel really different, and that's what I'd like to see brought to the DC universe as well. What else can I talk about this trailer? I like that we're seeing these characters on the big screen for the first time. We don't really get a lot of Cyborg in this trailer, and I will say, I said during my reaction, the CGI looks incredibly ropey. They might patch that up before the film comes out, because this is still quite way off yet. I think this comes out towards the end of the year. But yeah, I'm really not digging the CGI on that, and it's strange that we are breaking away from that Marvel way of doing things where we get a solo movie for every single character and then have our giant team-up movie. So it'll be very interesting to see how this movie goes across with audiences, whether they're going to take to these characters, and whether they're going to be fine with just being thrown into the deep end with these characters without much setup. I hope they don't go the Suicide Squad route though, and go through like music video montages of everyone's past, and it feels like a jumbled mess of a movie at the beginning. I hope they find an organic way to introduce these characters. So yeah, I really don't know what else I can say. I think that, I can't knock Zack Snyder for this. The cinematography looks great, the action's intense, but I'm at the stage now with these movies where I want more than just cool action, or, oh, that looks cool. The scene with Batman fighting Superman, for the most part, looks cool, but there wasn't any substance or weight behind that fight, and you need that drama. You need those scenes that develop character, that give us personality, that give us that gravitas that we can then take into seeing these characters fight, or fight against other things. And that's what these films desperately need. They need to have fun, and they need scenes where characters talk and we get to know them as real people. I think that's a big thing that these films are missing, and I really hope we do get to that stage, maybe with this movie or possibly with the next one. But I will say that if Wonder Woman is bad, everything is riding on this one. If this movie turns out to be bad and this is their big tentpole team-up movie that's going to try and compete with Marvel's, if this one fails, then I think that might be the nail in the coffin for the rest of these movies, because I think after this one they can pretty much shut down all of their projects that they've got working on afterwards. But they've got a lot planned. They want to do Gotham City Sirens. There's talks of a Nightwing movie now. In fact, I think a Nightwing movie may have already been confirmed. Solo Batman, the Flash movie, Cyborg, Green Lantern. Actually, I need to talk about Green Lantern for a second, because it may have been the first ever image that was released for this movie, for Justice League. Do you remember the one with Aquaman where he was with the trident and he kind of looked like a gothic Thorin Oakenshield? And the caption was, I think even it may have been like a hashtag on Twitter, it said "Unite the Seven." Well, we're down a Superman in this, but let's just assume that Superman's going to play a big part in this, and they've already teased that as well, that he might come back as a bad guy. Although, depending on your outlook on life and morals in general, you might already think that Superman is a bad guy based on these movies so far. Certainly Man of Steel and Dawn of Justice, he's not the inspiring hero I hold him up to be. But it said Unite the Seven, and where's the seventh now? So now they've changed it to Unite the League, which is a very smart move, because I think that maybe originally in this original draft that Green Lantern was going to play a big part of it, and it does feel like he is lacking. It feels like we are missing that one core member, and I think this is going to sound so stupid now, but even from in terms of like the colours of their costumes, it would just be nice to have some green in there with Green Lantern. I think maybe that's his true place in the Justice League, is that his costume goes well with everyone else's. But I would like to see Green Lantern in these movies. I know that they're rebooting it. I think it's currently around 2020. They're going to do a Green Lantern Corps movie. I don't know if David Goyer's directing that one. I think he's writing it, though. He's penning the script for it. So I don't know what the future of these films are going to be. I really don't. I want this film to be good, and I'll still see it. I'll go and see Wonder Woman. I'll go and see this, of course. I'll see all my comic book movies through the good and the bad. But let's hope this is a good one. I would like to see this be one of DC's first ones. And if Wonder Woman's great and this one's great, I think it has a chance to bounce back as a franchise. Now, angry DC fanboys and fangirls, I know that you like these movies. I'm not taking that element away. I know that you like these movies. You're entitled to your opinion, just as I'm entitled to mine. I haven't cared for these movies that have come out before, but listen to what I say now. Although I wasn't blown away by this trailer, I'm still open to the idea that it could be good, and I want it to be good. So I'm going to leave it at that. I've rambled on way too much on this video already. To summarise my thoughts, Batman still looks great. I'm looking forward to seeing all these characters on screen for the first time, with the likes of Cyborg and The Flash. I know he's had his TV show, but seeing him on the big screen for the first time will be great. And I just hope that they have scenes and character and personality to go along with the incredible action which this movie looks like it's going to have, and it's not just going to be sort of like dark hallways with parademons the entire movie. I hope they show us something different, but I know there's a lot more that they haven't showed us, maybe with bringing Superman back. We haven't seen Steppenwolf, for example, so I know there's still a lot that they're keeping close to the chest, and we'll get that probably in another trailer around the summer. But yeah, I hope it's good. Not blown away by the trailer, but I hope it's good. So that'll do it for my reaction to Justice League Official Trailer 2. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this movie. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not looking forward to it? Which member of the Justice League are you most excited about seeing in this movie? Anything you like, please do drop me a comment. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, tomorrow we should be going live for our review on Power Rangers, which is a film that I'm actually really looking forward to this year. I'm a big Power Rangers fan. I've heard great things about it based on reviews that I've seen on the internet so far. So look out for that tomorrow. There'll be more trailer reactions as and when trailers come out. And yeah, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to keep updated with all of our content. And until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.